Any advice for someone still struggling with trading and how to get a different approach in the prop firm? A very open-ended question. Hard to answer, to be honest, because I don't know what you're struggling with. If you're struggling with like giving money back, the answer is like stop overtrading, like suck it up and physically stop overtrading. It's a discipline issue. If you're struggling with ever getting green ever, like, okay, let's work around, like, is it just summer action or is it like a core strategy problem? If you're having green days and you just can't get a payout in a prop, be more patient potentially is the answer, right? If you're getting close to payouts and then you blow your account, it's like, okay, I got to put in some hard limits here because obviously the mental is starting to get to you. I don't know. There's too many options, but there's a couple of things I would throw out there to be cognizant of. If it is not a core trading strategy problem, meaning it worked before the summertime is different conditions, wait and see how it reacts after summer, and then decide if you need to be completely changing your game or not. If it is not that, then 9 times out of 10, maybe even higher, maybe even 90% of the time or 95% of the time or something like that, it is a mental problem or a discipline problem. Like, you know what you should be doing, you're just choosing to ignore it. And saying that in a nice way, because we all struggle with that. I know what I should be doing, but I sometimes literally and sometimes unliterally choose to not do it, right? Sometimes it's a choice, sometimes it just happens, but it's a discipline problem. Why is overtrading even a thing? If you develop strong mentality and follow your rules, then you can trade as long as you want, right? Okay, yes. Here's the other flip side, right? 2 things. I'll say 2 things. 1, you have the human approach, right? Which is you get tired, you get mentally exhausted, you are on your game all day long. And guess what? With trading, it just takes 10 minutes or less of bad decisions for things to go south, right? Now, say you're not human, you're a freaking animal, and you are still trading all day. You still face this problem of, okay, so you have expectancy, right? Or EV, whatever you want to call it, EV or expectancy from a dollar's perspective. Expectancy dollars. I don't know how to spell expectancy. So there you go. You have EV or you have your expectancy, right? This plus your, well, expected value is really including your win rate, but you could say profit factor with win rate, maybe. Anyways, all that to say, you have your expected value or you have your win rate, whatever you want to look at. At the end of the day, this is an equity curve, right? That's an equity curve. At the big picture, this is a great looking equity curve. You might have had one little trough here, right? But overall, from baseline to where you're at right now, you've made a lot of money. This can be over any time frame. The problem is that you never know when this will happen. And it is inevitable, right? There will be times of pain, struggle, and whatever else. Ideally, this is not when you are first starting out a brand new account, right? Ideally, it's after you already have some buffer built in or whatever. It's always the most fun when you're starting an account, like a brand new account, when it's like this. It's just straight up, and then you have like some pain or whatever, and then it's like you're back in it, right? Seasons of really good, seasons of really bad. It is what it is. Now, to answer your original question, right? If I'm really good mentally and my trade stuff is really good, why not trade all day? Because you never know when this is going to happen. So say you had 90 trades in a row that won, or whatever, X amount of trades that won, right? You're at a 90% win rate. All of a sudden you lose like 30 trades or something. That could be enough to screw you big time, even if you win the next 50 to 60 trades in a row. But you never got to that 50 or 60 spot because you lost 30 in a row, right? And your win rate was still high. So my point in saying that is that, like, when you're starting a brand new account or if you're trading all day long, you never know technically when you're going to lose it and have these moments of what I would call normalcy. It is normal to lose trades. It is normal to not have an equity curve that goes straight up. It's normal to have a flowing, wavy equity curve, right? And you never know when this part is going to happen, just like you never know when this part is going to happen. Humans like to assume that this will always be the case because math, stats, whatever. But like at the end of the day, even with a like solid expected value or solid expectancy, whatever you want to call it, like there's times where the trough is troughing, right? And you never know when that's going to happen. Therefore, less exposure to the market is typically a good thing. Blanket statement. Obviously, you can trade as much as you want, however much you want, whenever you want. That's all up to you. But there comes a point where mental fatigue is a real thing. There comes a point where less exposure is a good thing because the inevitable will happen at some point, which is you will not be firing on all cylinders. As long as risk to reward is positive, you'll win over time. Over time, yes. The problem is that you have to be able to last over time, right? And that's exactly what I was just saying. Over time is a very hypothetical thing. If I had one day where I got hosed and I lost a ton of trades, even if I had a positive RR, right? If I had a positive RR and I still lost 30 trades in a row because I was trading all day long and I have a positive RR, it's going to hit at some point, and I lost 30 trades in a row, I could still lose my account. Even if you extrapolate that out and those 30 days were the only losing days that I had for 3 months. And in 3 months, you know, of course I would have ended up making more money. But I couldn't survive for that because it all happened in one day, which is technically like possible. It is possible for that to happen. Rants of the day. Yeah, I hope that wasn't even a rant. That wasn't very ranty. That was like, or I wasn't really trying to be ranty, honestly. Sometimes the rants are trying to be ranty. That was just like, I think people forget about it or don't even realize that it's possible. And it's like, it's very possible. It's very possible to have a profitable trading strategy and go through a season of pain right when you open an account. What would you say the reason most traders fail in one sentence? They are not patient. Period. It applies to the life of the trader. Not being patient, the fact that it takes time to learn how to trade. They want to be profitable now. So it applies there as opposed to like putting in the work, grinding it out, getting better slowly over time, adapting, growing, making it happen. It takes time. They're not patient intraday. They're like, they want to be in trades now. We see it all the time. Why isn't Matt in a trade? Well, I haven't seen anything worth taking. They don't understand that, right? Like, you got to be patient. I think it's the number one thing for traders. I mean, everything I just was talking about applies to me too. Literally everything I just like drew in paint, like this whole situation, right? That all applies to me too, man. Summer, hello. You know, I mean, it's everything. Yeah, it all applies to me too. Just as much of a battle for me as it is for y'all. You know what it is about summer that makes things more difficult? Yeah, I mean, the physical side of volume usually disappears. Market conditions change. You get used to the conditions from Q1 of good volatility, fun volatility. Everybody goes on vacation. Markets dry up. Becomes a lot more whippy, a lot more manipulated, and it is what it is. Then you have the flip side mentally of it's summer. You want to go on vacation. You want to hang out with your friends and family, go on vacation with them, go to the pool, spend time outside, not work. It's hot. It's a little lethargic. It's all the things, right? On the mental side. It's just a bad combo.